Welcome back to my channel. Your go-to source for all things coins, collectibles, and curious treasures. Today, we're diving deep into a coin that might just be hiding in your pocket, your jar of spare change, or even that stash you keep in your car. That's right, we're talking about the humble 2010 United States 1-cent coin, or, as we all know it, the Lincoln penny. But here's the twist, some of these pennies aren't worth just 1 cent. In fact, collectors have been willing to pay big money for certain rare examples. And there are even wild stories and claims out there that the right 2010 penny could be worth tens of millions of dollars. Let's take a closer look to understand why some pennies are worth more than face value, and whether there's any truth to these massive prices. Let's talk about why the 2010 penny is so special. To start, the penny has had a long and fascinating history in American currency. The Lincoln penny has been around since 1909, when it was introduced to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln, our 16th president. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a president, and it's been popular ever since. But in 2010, the penny went through a significant design change. Gone was the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse side. Instead, the U.S. Mint introduced a new design, the Union Shield, which represents Lincoln's preservation of the Union during the Civil War. This new reverse design marked a new chapter for the penny and symbolized the strength and unity of our nation. Now, you might be wondering, why would a 2010 penny be worth anything more than a penny? Well, there are a few reasons why certain 2010 pennies have caught the eye of collectors and could be worth more than their face value. One big factor is minting errors can happen when the coin-making process doesn't go as planned. For example, you might have heard of double die errors, where the design is accidentally struck twice, creating a blurry, doubled image. Or there are off-center strikes, where the coin's design isn't aligned properly. These kinds of errors are rare, and collectors are willing to pay big bucks for them. A 2010 penny with a significant error could sell for anywhere from hundreds to thousands of dollars, depending on the rarity and quality of the error. Now, let's address the wildest claim out there, that some 2010 pennies might be worth up to $27 million. Yes, you heard that right, $27 million. There have been stories circulating online about pennies worth this astronomical amount. But let's get one thing clear, while rare coins can be worth a lot, this number, $27 million, is not something associated with any real, confirmed 2010 penny sales. Typically, when we hear stories of coins selling for millions, these are historic, one-of-a-kind coins with significant, verified rarity, like the 1794 flowing hair dollar or the 1933 double eagle. As of now, there's no verified record of any 2010 penny even coming close to $1 million value. So, let's get real. A standard 2010 penny without any errors is worth exactly 1 cent. However, if you have a 2010 penny with a notable mint error or in uncirculated, pristine condition, you could be looking at a value of anywhere from $5 to a few $100s. In rare cases with unusual errors or unique qualities, some have sold for even higher amounts, potentially reaching into the thousands. And here's a pro tip. If you think you have a valuable 2010 penny, consider getting it graded by a professional service, like the Professional Coin Grading Service or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation. A high-quality, error-free penny certified by these companies could fetch a premium on the collector market. Alright, so how can you find these potentially valuable 2010 pennies? Here are some tips for all you treasure hunters out there. Check every penny that comes your way. You never know what you might find in your everyday pocket change or spare coin jar. Use a magnifying glass to carefully inspect for errors. Look for doubling, off-center strikes, or any unusual markings. Condition matters. The cleaner and less circulated a coin, the higher the potential value. Even if you don't strike it rich, coin collecting can be a rewarding hobby, especially if you enjoy history and learning about the past through these little pieces of metal. So, is there a 2010 penny out there worth $27 million? Probably not. But could you find a rare 2010 penny worth far more than its face value? Absolutely. There's always a chance that a unique error coin could surface or that you could find a coin that collectors are willing to pay handsomely for. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of pennies and coin collecting, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss out on more videos. And hey, who knows? Maybe you'll be the next lucky person to find a treasure hiding in plain sight. Have you ever found a valuable coin? Let us know in the comments below. Until next time, happy hunting, and keep those eyes peeled. Next, 1973 1-cent United States of America. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of rare coins, and we're going to look at one penny in particular, the 1973 United States 1-cent coin. You might be wondering, why would anyone care about a penny from the 70s? Well, believe it or not, this little coin could be worth a fortune, possibly up to $22 million. So, make sure to stick around until the end to learn everything you need to know about this hidden treasure. Let's start with a bit of history. The 1973 1-cent coin, also known as the Lincoln penny, was part of a design series that first appeared in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. The iconic design featured Lincoln's profile on the front, while the reverse showed the Lincoln Memorial, a tribute to one of America's most beloved presidents. However, in 1973, something interesting was happening at the U.S. Mint. Around that time, there were concerns about the rising costs of copper, so the Mint began experimenting with alternative metals to make the penny cheaper to produce. Though most 1973 pennies were still made of 95% copper and 5% zinc, the testing of new materials led to the creation of some rare and unusual coins that collectors are now hunting for. So, why is the 1973 penny special? The main reason collectors are drawn to this coin is that a very small number of unique 1973 penny prototypes were struck in aluminum instead of copper. These experimental aluminum pennies were extremely rare, and most of them were never released to the public. Out of the 1.5 million aluminum pennies made, nearly all were melted down after testing. Only a few survived, and these surviving examples are worth an absolute fortune. Another reason the 1973 penny is interesting is because of its scarcity in certain conditions. While a regular 1973 penny made of copper isn't worth much on its own, certain mint state, uncirculated coins, especially those with no scratches, damage, or wear, can fetch thousands of dollars. And then there are error coins. These can be coins with off-center strikes, double dies, or unusual finishes that add extra value for collectors. Now, let's talk value. How do collectors determine if their 1973 penny is worth more than a single cent? Coin grading plays a huge role here. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, where 70 represents a flawless, perfect condition. A high-grade 1973 copper penny with no signs of wear might be worth $10 to $20. However, if you're lucky enough to find a mint state or proof 1973 penny that's close to a perfect grade, it could be valued at hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Now, if you happen to find one of those elusive aluminum pennies from 1973, that's when the value skyrockets. In fact, one aluminum penny from 1973 was valued at over $2 million. The value of these unique coins depends on their condition, rarity, and the demand among collectors. Some coins could potentially be worth millions, but the market value fluctuates over time, so serious collectors are always keeping an eye out. Now for the big question, is it possible for a 1973 penny to be worth $22 million? While there have been rumors online about these pennies being worth huge amounts, this is where we need to separate myth from reality. Coins valued in the millions are usually unique and rare, like one of those aluminum pennies, but even these are typically worth between $1 million and $2 million in the best cases. However, some collectors speculate that an extremely rare 1973 penny with the right combination of factors, such as perfect condition, unique metal composition, and historical significance, could fetch an astronomical amount in the right auction. But it's important to remember that these are extreme cases and are not the standard for every 1973 penny. So, how can you tell if your 1973 penny is worth something? First, you'll want to check if it's in pristine condition. Look for any signs of damage, wear, or scratches, as these can lower the value. Next, if you think you may have an aluminum penny, it's best to get it verified by a professional coin appraiser or a reputable grading service. Other things to look for include mint errors like double strikes, off-center strikes, or even unique finishes. Also, some pennies might have special mint marks, such as S for San Francisco, which can sometimes increase value if they are in great condition. And finally, if you believe your penny is rare, avoid handling it too much. Oils from your hands can damage the coin's surface, which would reduce its grade and value. If you're a collector or even someone interested in rare coins, investing in 1973 pennies can be worth considering, especially if you're able to find mint-state examples or coins with rare errors. The value of these coins is likely to increase over time as they become more scarce. However, remember that the biggest payday would be from finding one of the aluminum pennies or a rare error coin, which are truly once-in-a-lifetime finds. So, there you have it, the story of the 1973 penny, a coin that might be sitting unnoticed in someone's collection and worth a fortune. Whether you're a coin enthusiast or just curious about hidden treasures, keep an eye out for these pennies. Who knows, you might be holding a piece of history worth far more than a cent. If you found this video interesting, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more content on rare coins, collectibles, and fascinating finds. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Next 1 cent United States of America 2000. Today, we're diving into a fascinating story about a coin that most people have in their pocket or lying around the house, the 2000 United States penny. Now, you might think a penny is just a penny, right? Worth 1 cent. Well, think again, because certain pennies are worth way more than their face value. In fact, some can be worth up to millions of dollars. So stick around to learn how this seemingly simple coin holds some surprising secrets. Let's start with the basics. The 2000 penny is a 1 cent coin produced by the United States Mint and is part of the Lincoln Cent series, which has been in circulation since 1909. These pennies feature the portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the front, with the iconic Lincoln Memorial on the back, which was used on all pennies from 1959 to 2008. The 2000 penny was minted in Philadelphia and Denver, with about 5 billion coins produced that year. Now, let's talk about what these pennies are actually made of. Since 1982, the U.S. Mint has been producing pennies with a zinc core and a thin copper coating, giving the coin its coppery color. So, the 2000 penny is around 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper. Despite this shift, the design of the Lincoln penny stayed largely the same, honoring the legacy of President Lincoln. One interesting fact is that even though these coins don't have much copper, they're still the only U.S. coins today that are primarily zinc, which makes them stand out in U.S. currency. But here's where things get really intriguing. So, why on earth would a penny be worth thousands, or even millions, of dollars? It all comes down to rarity, errors, and mint marks. Collectors are always on the hunt for rare coins or those with unique mistakes. These are called error coins. For example, if a coin was struck on a blank meant for another denomination, it becomes instantly rare. Or, if there was a mistake in the mint mark, that could make it super valuable. One special type of error that coin collectors love is the error found in the year 2000 pennies. Usually, the letters A and M in America on the back of the penny are close together. But on some 2000 pennies, there's a noticeable gap, making it a wide AM penny. The wide AM error is actually quite rare, and collectors are willing to pay more than the face value for it. On average, a 2000 wide AM penny in circulated condition could fetch you anywhere from $5 to $25. But in pristine, uncirculated condition, these pennies can sell for hundreds of dollars. So, definitely check your change to see if you might have one lying around. While the 2000 penny has some valuable varieties, the true treasures lie in some other Lincoln pennies. Here are a few examples that might blow your mind. During World War II, pennies were made of steel because copper was needed for the war effort. But a few bronze blanks accidentally got minted, and those pennies are worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. In fact, one sold for over $1 million. This is one of the most famous error coins, where the year and the word liberty appear doubled. If you have one of these, it could be worth tens of thousands of dollars. This is the holy grail for penny collectors. Only about 484,000 were made, and it has the designer's initials VDB on the back. One in good condition can sell for several $1,000s. Now, just because a coin is old or unique doesn't mean it's automatically worth a fortune. The 2,000 pennies face value is still just 1 cent, but it depends on things like rarity, condition, and demand among collectors. The average 2,000 penny isn't going to make you rich, but there's always a chance you might have a special one. So, how can you check if your pennies are worth more than 1 cent? Here are a few quick tips. Grab a magnifying glass or a phone with a good zoom feature and check for things like wide AMs, double dies, or other anomalies. Look for rare mint marks, like an S from San Francisco on certain years, which can be more valuable. Coins in better condition fetch higher prices. Uncirculated or mint condition coins are the most valuable to collectors, so, next time you see a 2,000 penny, don't just toss it aside. Take a closer look, it might just surprise you. Who knew that something as simple as a penny could have such a fascinating story? Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on more cool content about hidden treasures and valuable collectibles. See you next time. Next 1 cent 2012 1 cent United States of America today. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for updates on all things coins, collectibles, and fascinating pieces of history. The 2012 penny is part of the Lincoln Cent series, which has been a staple of U.S. currency since 1909. The 2012 version is made from copper-plated zinc and, just like many modern pennies, it bears the familiar face of Abraham Lincoln on the front. But what sets this coin apart, and is there really any value beyond the standard penny? Before we get into the specifics of the 2012 penny, let's talk about why any penny might be worth millions. Over the years, certain rare coins, such as the 1943 copper penny or the 1793 chain cent, have sold for huge amounts at auctions. These coins have unusual histories, production mistakes, or are simply rare, and that's what makes collectors go crazy for them. But here's the key: scarcity, condition, and historical errors drive value. So does the 2012 penny have any of these features that could make it valuable? Most 2012 pennies were produced in high numbers, both at the Philadelphia Mint and Denver Mint. Now, in general, coins produced in large quantities aren't particularly rare, but there are some things collectors look for: errors and uncirculated conditions. So, could an error in a 2012 penny make it valuable? There are reports of errors on some of these pennies, like off-center strikes, double dies, and planchet errors. Even though these are rare, finding one in top condition can significantly increase its worth. Like with most collectibles, condition is everything. Coin collectors use a grading scale to measure this. A penny that has been graded in a mint state condition, especially a high grade like MS 65 or above, can be worth more to collectors even if it's from a common year. In fact, some 2012 pennies in perfect, uncirculated condition have sold for $100 to $200 to the right buyer. Now, while that's not millions, it's certainly more than 1 cent. But, does it get anywhere close to $44 million? So, let's address the big question: is there really a 2012 penny worth $44 million? The answer here is a bit more complex. Rumors online often exaggerate coin values, especially in clickbait articles. You may have seen stories claiming that certain pennies are worth millions, but these are often a mix of speculation, error coin potential, and, well, internet myths. While there may be some rare, high-value pennies out there, number 2012 penny has ever sold anywhere near that amount. Instead, This $44 million rumor might be based on other rare coins or simply inflated by the internet. So, if you're looking to make a fortune off a 2012 penny, here's the reality: most are worth only face value or slightly above, especially if they're circulated. However, if you have a 2012 penny with an interesting error in high condition, it might be worth more. Coins with unique features, even from recent years like 2012, can still interest collectors. And who knows? If you hold on to your pennies, one day they might just become valuable, even if they're not worth $44 million today. So, what's the takeaway? If you're starting a coin collection, keep an eye out for errors, mint marks, and coins in uncirculated condition. While most coins, like the 2012 penny, won't make you a millionaire, building a collection over time can still be fun and potentially profitable. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to check your pocket change, you never know what hidden treasures you might find. And if you liked this video, be sure to subscribe for more fascinating stories about coins and collectibles. Next, 2007 1 cent United States of America. Today, we're diving into the world of 1 cent coins from the year 2007. Is there a chance one of these could be worth millions? It might sound unbelievable, but certain rare pennies can sell for big bucks. So, let's explore the history, the rarity, and how you might know if you're sitting on a hidden treasure. And stay tuned, there are a few interesting details about the 2007 penny that make it a fascinating part of US coin history. To start, let's get familiar with the 2007 penny. This coin features the classic design that most of us know well, the profile of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, or heads side, which has been on the penny since 1909. On the reverse side, we have the Lincoln Memorial, a design that started in 1959 and ran until 2008. This makes the 2007 penny one of the last in the Lincoln Memorial series before it was replaced in 2009 by a new design honoring Lincoln's 200th birthday. But here's what most people don't realize: not every penny is worth only 1 cent. Some coins, due to errors, rare mint marks, or unusual production quirks, can fetch hundreds, thousands, or even millions at auction. To understand what makes a penny valuable, let's talk about what collectors look for. Generally, the biggest factors are condition, rarity, and coins in pristine, uncirculated condition are much more valuable. And any coin with a minting error, like a doubled die or misalignment, is almost always worth more to collectors. There's also the matter of rarity. Certain coins were minted in much smaller quantities than others, which makes them more desirable. But in 2007, most pennies were actually fairly common, with billions produced at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints. So, to find a valuable 2007 penny, you're usually looking for unusual errors. Now let's get into what makes some 2007 pennies stand out. Some notable error types for 2007 include the double die, die cracks, and even off-center strikes. If you find a penny where Lincoln's profile or the lettering looks doubled, you may have a double die error. These can sometimes be worth $100 or more, depending on how pronounced the doubling is. Then there's the off-center strike. These are coins where the design is shifted off to one side because of a misaligned die. The more extreme the shift, the rarer and more valuable the coin becomes. If you're serious about knowing your coin's value, having it professionally graded can make a huge difference. Grading companies like PCGS or NGC evaluate the condition of coins and assign them a grade from 1 to 70. A perfect MS-70 coin is extremely rare, and even coins graded as high as MS-68 or MS-69 can command impressive prices if there's collector demand. For 2007 pennies, it's not unheard of for coins in mint state grades like MS-68 or MS-69 to sell for over $100, even though this is still relatively rare. High grades combined with an error can increase the value significantly. Okay, let's address a rumor you might have seen online: claims that a single penny, possibly from 2007, is worth $48 million. The truth is, this is likely a misunderstanding or an exaggeration. While it's true that some coins have sold for millions, these are usually extremely rare coins like 1794 silver dollars or 1943 copper pennies, not modern 1-cent coins. The most expensive pennies are those from rare years, such as the 1943 copper penny, which is valuable because it was struck by accident during World War II. The 2007 penny doesn't have that kind of rarity, so any stories about a $48 million penny are more myth than reality. If you want to know if your 2007 penny has value, start by checking its condition. Look for mint luster, or a shine that suggests it hasn't circulated much. Then, examine the coin closely under a magnifying glass for any obvious errors. Finally, you can compare it to online resources or submit it to a grading service if you think it might be valuable. If you discover that you have a valuable coin, there are a few ways to sell it. You can go to a local coin dealer, attend a coin show, or even sell it through an auction house. Websites like eBay also have active markets for coins, although you'll want to be sure you're clear about your coin's condition and grade if you sell it there. But remember, not every 2007 penny is going to be worth a lot. You might need to sort through a few rolls before you find anything special, so, the 2007 penny may not hold a $48 million jackpot, but with the right combination of rarity, condition, and luck, it could still be worth more than its face value. And at the very least, it's a fascinating piece of American history that's worth hanging on to. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more videos on hidden treasures in your pocket change. Next 2017 1 cent. Today, we're diving into the incredible world of coin collecting, specifically focusing on the 2017 United States 1-cent coin, the Lincoln penny. Why is this penny getting so much attention? What makes some Lincoln pennies worth more than others? And, could you possibly have a valuable coin lying around? Stay tuned as we uncover the story of the 2017 penny, its history, and its true value. Now, before we dive in, make sure to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if you're a fan of coins or want to learn more about collecting them. Alright, let's get into it. The Lincoln penny has been in circulation since 1909. It was first introduced to commemorate the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this was the first U.S. coin to feature an actual historical figure. This design marked a huge shift from the traditional symbols like liberty, eagles, and other emblematic imagery. Collectors and enthusiasts loved the design, especially the VDB initials of the artist on the reverse. These initials made certain 1909 pennies especially rare and valuable, and the legacy of valuable Lincoln pennies was born. Fast forward to 2017, and the Lincoln penny has celebrated over a century in circulation. But what's special about the 2017 version? In that year, the U.S. Mint celebrated the 225th anniversary of its founding. To commemorate this, all 2017 pennies struck at the Philadelphia Mint bear a tiny P mint mark beneath the date. This was the first and only time in history that the Philadelphia Mint added a P mint mark on a penny. So, this P mint mark on the 2017 penny makes it a bit of a unique coin, as it's the only penny in history to feature this mark. Most collectors were surprised by this sudden change because, for decades, Philadelphia minted pennies had no mint mark. This little detail turned the 2017 penny into an instant collectible. Now, you might be wondering, could a 2017 penny really be worth thousands, or even millions of dollars? While some pennies are indeed valuable, the true answer is a bit more nuanced. Let's break down what makes some 2017 pennies valuable. Several factors affect the value of any coin, including the 2017 penny: condition, rarity, errors, and demand. Coins in perfect or mint condition are worth more. Collectors often pay a premium for pennies that have no scratches, wear, or signs of circulation. Grading companies like PCGS or NGC certify coins based on their condition, and high-graded 2017 pennies can fetch a higher price. Error coins can be some of the most valuable. For instance, some pennies might have misprints, doubling, or other unique flaws from the minting process. Though error coins from 2017 haven't reached extremely high values, error pennies are generally sought after by collectors. If you find a 2017 penny with an unusual flaw, it might be worth checking out. With the P mint mark being a one-time feature, there's a unique appeal for collectors. This demand can sometimes increase prices, especially for coins in high grades. While this won't bring the value to millions, it could make these pennies worth more than a typical 1-cent piece. So, let's talk about actual value. A standard 2017 penny in circulated condition is still worth just 1 cent. But if you have a 2017 penny that's in pristine, uncirculated condition with a high grade, it might be worth a few dollars to collectors. As of now, high-grade 2017 pennies with the P mint mark have been sold for anywhere from $10 to $50. Not bad for a penny, right? For pennies that are graded MS 67 or above, collectors might pay a bit more. On eBay or auction sites, you might see prices as high as $100 for top-condition coins. However, it's important to note that most 2017 pennies won't fetch these prices unless they are graded and certified as flawless. Now, you may have heard some rumors online about a $43 million 2017 penny. While this would be amazing, it's actually not based in fact. Currently, there is no single 2017 penny that has sold anywhere near this amount. Most valuable coins are either incredibly rare due to errors, limited mintage, or unique historical circumstances that simply don't apply to the 2017 penny. So, if you have a 2017 penny with a P mint mark, hold on to it. While it's not going to make you a millionaire, it's a special part of US mint history and could still be a fun addition to any coin collection. Who knows, one day it might be worth a bit more. And if you're interested in coin collecting, keep an eye out for error coins or those in top-notch condition. Thanks for joining me today to talk about the 2017 penny. I hope this video has been helpful and has sparked your interest in coin collecting. If you enjoyed it, please give us a thumbs up, and let us know in the comments, do you have any 2017 pennies? Have you found any coins that seem unusual? I'd love to hear your stories. Don't forget to subscribe for more coin-related content, and until next time, happy collecting. Next today 2013, 1 cent we're diving into one of the most iconic coins in America, the humble 1-cent piece, known to most as the penny. But there's a twist, this video is all about the 2013 penny, and we'll explore whether there's any truth behind the rumors that one of these coins could be worth up to $54 million. The history of the American 1-cent coin goes back to the earliest days of the US Mint in the late 1700s. Pennies have been through numerous changes in design, metal composition, and minting locations. Originally, the 1-cent coin was significantly larger than today's penny, made primarily from copper, and featured different designs. But in 1909, the Lincoln cent was born, commemorating President Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. Fast forward to 2013, and we find the penny in its modern form, made primarily of zinc with a thin copper coating and featuring the familiar Lincoln portrait on the front, or obverse, with the Union shield on the reverse. Now, here's where things get interesting. There's a rumor circulating that a 2013 penny might be worth up to $54 million. It sounds unbelievable, right? And that's because, for the most part, it is. No genuine 2013 penny has ever sold for that amount, nor has it been valued close to that number by any professional numismatist. So where did this story come from? In the world of coin collecting, rumors about hidden treasure coins often arise. Sometimes it's due to a genuine, rare minting error that makes a coin valuable, but other times, it's simply the result of online speculation or misunderstandings about coin collecting. To understand if a penny can be worth a fortune, let's look at what actually drives value in the world of rare coins. There are three main factors: rarity, condition, and demand. Sometimes a minting error, such as a doubled die, off-center strike, or missing features, can increase a penny's value. Some pennies from the past with unique errors or limited mintages, like the 1943 copper penny, can fetch thousands or even millions at auction. But no such rarity or error has been widely documented in 2013 pennies. So, while a pristine 2013 penny in an MS-70 grade might be valued by collectors, it's unlikely to reach even hundreds of dollars, let alone millions. Since 2013 pennies are widely available and mass-produced, they're simply not rare. With billions of these pennies minted, they're common enough that even in uncirculated condition, they hold only minimal collector value. The fact that people might sell them for a high price online doesn't mean they'll actually sell for those amounts. It's mostly a case of hype and speculation. So, what should you be looking for when going through your spare change? Here are a few tips. Look for specific years and mint marks that are known to have rare errors or low mintage numbers. Misprints or unusual flaws, like doubled letters or off-center strikes, can make coins valuable. Coins in excellent condition with little to no wear are often valued higher, especially when graded by a professional service. At the end of the day, a typical 2013 penny is worth, well, just a penny. Even in pristine condition, you might find a collector willing to pay a few cents over face value, but $54 million is simply a myth. The 2013 penny is a fascinating part of U.S. currency, but its primary value is sentimental and historical, not financial. If you're interested in coin collecting, don't be discouraged. While it's unlikely to find a 2013 penny worth millions, you never know what treasures you might find from other years. So, keep your eyes open, do your research, and enjoy the hunt. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to stay updated on all things coin collecting. Drop us a comment if you have any unique finds or questions about coin values. Who knows? Maybe you'll be the one to find the next $1 million treasure. Next 2006 1 cent United States of America. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of coins, focusing on a tiny piece of history that many of us might overlook, the 2006 1 cent coin from the United States. You might be wondering, can a penny from 2006 actually be worth more than just 1 cent? And, is it possible that one of these could be worth big bucks? Well, stick around, because you won't believe some of the rare varieties that could be hiding in plain sight in your pocket change. Let's start with a little background. In 2006, the U.S. Mint produced billions of pennies as part of its ongoing Lincoln Cent series. First introduced in 1909 to commemorate President Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday, the Lincoln Cent has become one of the longest-running coin series in American history. 2006 was one of the last years to feature the familiar Lincoln Memorial on the reverse side, which ran from 1959 until 2008, before it was replaced by the Lincoln Bicentennial series in 2009. The obverse side, however, has remained largely unchanged, with Victor David Brenner's famous portrait of Abraham Lincoln. So, what makes the 2006 penny special? Well, in terms of production numbers, there isn't anything that stands out at first. Billions of these pennies were minted across two main mints, Philadelphia and Denver. You can tell which mint a coin was made in by looking for a tiny letter near the date. A P means it was minted in Philadelphia, while a D means it came from Denver. But here's the interesting part. Even though these pennies were mass-produced, some rare varieties and errors can make certain 2006 pennies worth a small fortune. Collectors are especially interested in coins that feature unique errors or varieties. Errors happen when something goes wrong in the minting process, while varieties are intentional changes or variations. These mistakes and oddities can significantly increase a coin's value to collectors. Double die errors are when a coin is struck twice by the die, causing certain areas to look doubled. Although double dies are rare for the 2006 penny, if you find one, it can be worth hundreds, or even thousands, of dollars depending on the severity of the doubling and the coin's condition. Another valuable error to look for is an off-center strike. This happens when the coin isn't properly aligned with the die during minting, resulting in part of the design being cut off. An off-center strike error on a 2006 penny can fetch anywhere from $50 to a few $100s, depending on how misaligned the coin is. A clipped planchet occurs when part of the metal disc, or planchet, is missing before the coin is struck. These can look like someone has taken a bite out of the coin. Clipped planchets on a 2006 penny can be valuable as well, sometimes selling for $30 to $100. Die cracks happen when the die used to strike the coin develops a crack, which leaves a raised line on the coin. A cud, on the other hand, is when a piece of the die breaks off entirely, creating a blob of metal on the coin. These types of errors can add anywhere from $10 to $50 or more to the value of a 2006 penny. Now, here's where things get exciting. While many 2006 pennies with errors are worth $10, $50, or $100, there are a few exceptional examples that have sold for big money at auction. In mint state, a perfectly preserved 2006 penny with a rare error could bring in a few hundred to over $1,000. In some cases, if a coin has multiple errors, or if it's graded in an exceptionally high mint state by a service like PCGS or NGC, the value can reach even higher. For example, one 2006 penny with a pristine double die error and graded in mint state 67 sold for over $1,000 at auction. This shows that even modern pennies can fetch high prices when rare errors in excellent condition are combined. So, how do you know if you have one of these valuable 2006 pennies? First, you'll need a magnifying glass or a coin loop to check for errors closely. Look for doubling on the lettering, especially on Liberty or the date. Off-center strikes are usually easy to spot with the naked eye, but other errors, like minor die cracks, may require a closer look. Another crucial factor in determining a coin's value is its condition. Coins that are in mint condition, without scratches, marks, or wear, are worth significantly more. If you think you found something special, it's a good idea to have it professionally graded by a trusted service like PCGS or NGC. The 2006 penny might just seem like ordinary pocket change, but it's a great example of how fascinating coin collecting can be. From understanding the history behind the Lincoln cent to hunting for valuable errors, there's so much to discover. So, the next time you're going through your coins, take a closer look. You never know what treasures might be hiding in plain sight. Thanks for joining me on this coin hunting adventure. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more fascinating stories about coins, currency, and collecting. And if you found a rare 2006 penny yourself, let us know in the comments below. I'd love to hear about it. Until next time, happy collecting.